So now we need to see how to deal with when there's negatives involved in this. So this is dealing with signs. So first, if the leading coefficient is negative, we want to factor out that negative out of all three terms, so that the thing that we're factoring that remains to be factored has a leading coefficient that's positive. And then it becomes like what we've seen previously. So this way f and g are always positive when you write this out. So you don't need to write, plus or minus f and plus or minus g in there, and then you'd have or f could be negative or positive, g could be negative or positive, and it just becomes a big mess. So this way f and g are both positive, and then d or e could be positive or negative. So here's an example of doing this. Negative 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. Okay, you factor out the negative by changing the signs of all three of those, right? So the negative 3 becomes 3, then 2 becomes negative 2, and the 1 becomes negative 1. And and then I'm factoring this. I didn't work it all out for you. I just wrote the answer because the main point here is just factor out if the leading coefficient's negative, factor it out, and then proceed as you normally would with what's left. It turns out that it's 3x plus 1 times x minus 1 with the minus in front. Don't forget the minus in front here from here. Right. Okay. Once the leading coefficient is positive, the signs work like this. So you're going to have something in each of these blanks. There's four numbers in each of these blanks, and you'll have a plus or minus in between, plus or minus in here, and a plus or minus in here. And whether that's plus or minus depends on the signs and the relative sizes of numbers and things like that. So I'll show you how that works. So I'll give you all four possibilities for the signs here in between. You could have both plus, both minus, this one plus, this one minus, and this one plus. So if the constant term is positive, then these are both the same sign here. It's the same sign. They're either both positive or both negative. It's positive times positive is positive, and negative times negative is positive, right? Now, if these are all positive, I mentioned this before, then these are both positive, right? So this one here must be when these are both negative. So see how the middle term is negative, but this one's positive. So this positive means same sign. This negative means they both have to be negative. Okay, since they're the same sign. Okay, so both signs positive, both signs negative. Okay, now you can have a negative number for your constant. That means that one of your signs in here will be positive and one will be negative, and you have to figure out which one's which. And if you get them backwards, what will happen is you'll just get the wrong sign on the middle term. Right? So you just have to switch the positive and negative around, switch them around, and it should be right. So here the signs are opposite because the product of the constants is negative, negative 1. So the sign of the larger product would be positive. Being positive would give you a positive middle term. And the sign of the smaller product being positive, or the sign of the larger product being negative would give you a negative coefficient on the middle term. Okay, so that's the basic idea. I'll do 2 examples for you.